From economic decline to population loss, these cities are facing serious challenges that are leading to their rapid decline. In this article, we'll take a look at the top 10 cities that are dying the fastest in America and examine the factors that have contributed to their decline. Something that will never decline is your like and subscribe for more videos like this. Number 10. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan was once considered the epitome of the American dream. It was a city of innovation, wealth, and prosperity, where people from all over the world flocked to in search of a better life. It was the birthplace of the automobile industry, and for decades, it was the beating heart of America's manufacturing sector. The city's population soared as jobs were plentiful and wages were high. But as the 20th century progressed, Detroit began to change, and not for the better. The first signs of trouble came in the 1960s when the American automotive industry started to struggle. Foreign competitors like Toyota and Honda were beginning to gain a foothold in the market, and Detroit's auto manufacturers were slow to respond. In an effort to cut costs, they began to move their factories out of the city and into the suburbs, leaving behind a trail of empty buildings and unemployed workers. The decline of Detroit's auto industry had a ripple effect throughout the city's economy. As factories closed and jobs disappeared, businesses that relied on the automotive sector began to suffer as well. Stores, restaurants, and other small businesses closed their doors, and the city's tax base shrank. With fewer resources to work with, the city's government was forced to make tough decisions about where to spend its limited funds. Number 9. Gary, Indiana. Not too long ago, Gary, Indiana, was a bustling hub of the American steel industry with a thriving economy and a bright future. However, the gradual decline of the steel sector in the United States has left Gary floundering in its wake. As job opportunities evaporated and the tax base shrank, the city found itself struggling to maintain basic services for its residents. To make matters worse, Gary has been plagued by some of the highest crime rates in the nation, causing many of its citizens to abandon their homes in search of a safer, more prosperous life. Number 8. Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan shares a similar fate with Detroit, as it has suffered tremendously from the downfall of the American automotive industry. As General Motors closed plants and eliminated jobs, the city's population dropped and poverty rates skyrocketed. In 2014, Flint's woes intensified when a catastrophic water crisis unfolded, leaving residents distrustful of their local government and desperate for new beginnings elsewhere. The city has since grappled with the ongoing fallout of this disaster, as well as attempts to rebuild its economy and restore public trust. Number 7. Camden, New Jersey. Camden, New Jersey, situated just across the Delaware River from the thriving city of Philadelphia, paints a starkly different picture from its affluent neighbor. The city's downward spiral began in the 1960s when several major employers left Camden, triggering a domino effect of economic decline, surging crime rates, and crumbling infrastructure. Today, Camden is recognized as one of the most impoverished cities in the United States, with a staggering poverty rate exceeding 36%. Efforts to revitalize the city have been made, but the road to recovery remains a long and arduous one. Number 6. Youngstown, Ohio. Youngstown, Ohio suffered a devastating blow when the American steel industry collapsed. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, tens of thousands of jobs evaporated, leaving the city's economy in shambles. As a result, Youngstown now contends with one of the highest unemployment rates in the country, and many of its neighborhoods are marred by abandoned homes and businesses. Despite attempts to redefine itself and attract new industries, progress in Youngstown has been slow and fraught with challenges. 5. St. Louis, Missouri. In the early 20th century, the city experienced rapid economic expansion, driven by a diverse range of industries that fueled its prosperity. Sadly, the city's fortunes began to change during the mid-20th century as a confluence of factors caused a gradual decline in both population and economic activity. One of the major factors contributing to the decline of St. Louis was the loss of manufacturing jobs, as globalization and technological advancements led to outsourcing these jobs to other countries. This shift left thousands of workers unemployed and without the means to support their families, forcing them to seek opportunities elsewhere. Another significant issue facing St. Louis was the suburbanization phenomenon, as families left the city in search of better schools, safer neighborhoods, and more affordable housing. This exodus of residents led to a shrinking tax base, making it increasingly difficult for the city to fund essential public services and maintain its infrastructure. 4. Rockford, Illinois. Located in northern Illinois, Rockford was once a manufacturing powerhouse with a diverse range of industries fueling its growth and prosperity. However, the city's fortunes began to change as the global economy shifted, and Rockford found itself struggling to adapt. As manufacturing jobs disappeared, unemployment rose, and the city's once vibrant economy began to falter. One of the most pressing challenges facing Rockford today is its high violent crime rate, which ranks among the highest in the nation. This troubling trend has not only made life difficult for residents, but has also hampered efforts to attract new businesses and investment. Moreover, a significant portion of Rockford's population now lives below the poverty line, exacerbating the city's problems and making it even harder to break the cycle of decline. While there have been various efforts to revitalize the city and spur economic growth, these initiatives have met with limited success as Rockford continues to grapple with its ongoing challenges. 3. Atlantic City, New Jersey. Atlantic City, New Jersey, once a shining jewel on the East Coast, was a popular and thriving resort destination that attracted millions of visitors each year. The city's golden age began to fade, however, starting in the 1980s as a combination of factors led to a steady and seemingly relentless decline. The rise of gambling destinations in neighboring states, such as Pennsylvania and Connecticut, dealt a significant blow to Atlantic City's casino industry. This increased competition, coupled with the closing of multiple casinos, has left the city's economy in shambles. With fewer tourists visiting and less revenue being generated, the city has struggled to maintain its infrastructure and provide essential public services. High unemployment rates and a shrinking tax base have further exacerbated Atlantic City's financial woes, making it difficult for the city to invest in new initiatives that could help to turn its fortunes around. A growing number of vacant properties and the city's ongoing financial troubles have only added to the sense of despair and decline. 2. Huntington, West Virginia. Once a thriving manufacturing and transportation hub, the city has struggled to keep up with the devastating impact of the drug epidemic. The opioid crisis has had a profound impact on Huntington's economy, leading to a significant decline in manufacturing jobs and a shrinking population. The city's resources have been stretched thin as it tries to cope with the opioid epidemic. The increase in crime, homelessness, and the growing burden on social services has placed a significant strain on the city's infrastructure. Huntington's emergency services have been inundated with overdose cases, leading to an increase in hospital admissions and a rise in the demand for drug treatment programs. Despite the efforts of the local government and organizations, the path to recovery remains uncertain for Huntington. The city has been implementing measures to combat the opioid epidemic, including the provision of overdose prevention drugs and increasing funding for drug treatment programs. However, these efforts have been met with mixed results, and it's unclear whether they will be enough to turn the tide of the crisis. 1. Bakersfield, California. Bakersfield's unemployment rate has been higher than the national average, with many residents struggling to make ends meet. The high cost of living in the city has made it difficult for people to afford housing, leading to a rise in homelessness. The air quality in Bakersfield has also been a cause for concern, with the city ranking among the worst in the country for air pollution. The city has taken steps to address these issues, including the implementation of affordable housing programs and measures to improve air quality. However, the future of Bakersfield remains uncertain. The city will need to continue its efforts to address its economic and social challenges to ensure a brighter future for its residents. Which city situation surprised you the most? And what do you think could be done to improve the quality of life in these struggling areas? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe to stay updated on fascinating content like this.